And welcome back to the Homemade Podcast of Sports with host Jay Pops. Guys, we're live. We're live, man. Look, this is the overreaction. I already know what you guys want. I know what some of you guys want. Jay, man, you need to be mad. How can you not be mad? I'm not. I'm not. Why? Because I marked this game as a toss-up. Anyways, okay? This game was going to go either way. And I came on a couple of Alabama podcasts, and I said, "Look, I'm taking Texas A&M, but don't think for a second that I'm not looking at the defense coordinator, Kevin Steele. Okay, this game could go either way. I say this game is going to be decided. This Texas A&M game is going to be decided on whichever defensive coordinator calls the best plays." And just so happened, Alabama called the best plays on defense. It is what it is, man. Our defensive backs, I once again, I went on the Alabama podcast and I said this. I say defensive backs, you can get that to Alabama all day long. I wasn't lying about what I said. I know what's real and I know what's not. You can give the defensive back position to Alabama all day long. And what happened in this game? The Alabama defensive backs showed up. What happened in this game? Texas A&M defensive backs did not show up. Understand that DeBerry got beat. He got beat bad. And I know he got beat. However, we got a couple of more defensive backs to go. I hate that DJ didn't change it. He didn't put somebody else out there. He put somebody else out there really at kind of like the last minute. And that's Deuce Harmon. Deuce Harmon didn't get beat like that. Okay? I understand what they're trying to do with DeBerry because DeBerry has so much experience. DeBerry does not have SEC experience. That's what's killing him. Why isn't anybody talking about this? He does not have SEC experience. He was in the ACC. That's total difference, man. That is a totally different thing. But once again, going into the game, I said this battle is about to be a heavyweight battle. It's going to be for the SEC West. Nobody was looking outside of the simple fact of that whoever wins this game, that they're going to solidify themselves as an SEC West winner or a guy that was at the top. I said coming into this game, Jimbo had a lot to play for. Jimbo had a lot to play for. Number one was this here. This was the first time that Jimbo was going to be 3-0 in the SEC, period. This is his 6th year. He has never went 3-0. This was going to be his first time. Second, this was going to be Jimbo's and Texas A&M, for that matter, first time beating Alabama twice at home. This was a lot going into this game. Man, look, when I tell you that the pressure was insane going into this game, the pressure was insane. At the end of the day, man, look, us A&M fans, and once again, I said this on the Bama podcast as well. I say whichever team loses, they got to face the simple fact of that everybody is going to come after them. The national media, the fan base, and etc. Just so happened, A&M was on the wrong side of it. We got beat. But if you was to sit up here and tell me that in year 6, Jimbo Fisher wouldn't lose this game by at least a field goal or two, by a touchdown or 2 field goals, however way you want to look at it, I would have said that you were lying. If you would have told me that in this game, Jimbo wouldn't come in and be the more physical team, I would have told you that you were lying. Make no mistake about it. Those 4- and 5-star recruits on that defensive line that Jimbo Fisher went out and got, those guys are playing up to their level. That's their standard. From now on going forward, that's their standard. They need at least 5 or more sacks in every game. They were in contention of getting 7 sacks in 3 straight games. Please tell me a Texas A&M defensive line that has ever done it. I'll wait. Please tell me an Alabama team that has ever played Texas A&M where they sacked them 6 times. I'll wait. I'll wait. We didn't get the win, man. I understand that. But I also said that if we do not get this win, that would not deny Texas A&M season going forward. We still have something to play for. Who knows if Alabama is going to lose the rest of their games? I'm, for one, saying that they aren't. Who knows that Texas A&M will lose the rest of their games? I'm, for one, going on record and saying that they aren't. It all comes down to Max Johnson. Max, are you willing to step up and take the starting role? You're the starter, man. You're the starter. I'm sorry. You know, it is what it is. You came in due to unfortunate circumstances. But Max, you're the starter, baby. You're the starter. When you're in situations, you got to become clutch. Let Max learn. I don't have a problem with letting Max Johnson learn that. He wasn't the starter to begin with. That's not an excuse. That's not. I hear a lot of you guys saying, oh, well, Jimbo should have went for it on 4th and 1. He should have. I'm not going to disagree with that. Are you thinking that I'm disagreeing? Hell no. He should have. But Jimbo ain't calling the plays this go around. This is all Bobby Petrino. Did he stop Bobby Petrino? He probably did. Why? Because Jimbo wanted to lean on his defense. It was no way that you could tell me that you wouldn't lean on your defense also. Did the defense give up some big plays? Hell yeah, they did. Did Jalen Milroe look like a superstar in this game? Hell yeah, he did. But what did I tell you? What I told you coming into the game. It was going to count on Jalen Milroe winning that football game. Jalen went out there and he done what he was supposed to do. Max Johnson didn't go out there and do what he was supposed to do. That's the guy that we're frustrated with. A lot of us are frustrated with Jimbo Fisher, and also be it. But Max didn't go out there and deliver. They did not. I'm sorry, man. They just didn't. I mean, he just didn't. Can I count on Max Johnson going out the next game and delivering? I can. You want to know why? Because Max wasn't a part of that loss to Miami. He didn't experience that. He wasn't a starter, man. Connor was. Connor came out the next couple of games, and Connor said, to hell with that. We ain't losing no more games. Connor got hurt in the Auburn game. It is what it is. We still didn't lose it. They played for Connor. Max got to find it in him, man. He has to. Max has to find it in him to say, okay, we lost that game. We lost by 6. Let me get up. I'm the quarterback of this team. These guys behind me believe in me. The fan base believes in me. I got to go and deliver. A lot of y'all just want to say, oh, man, we need to fire Jimbo Fisher. Yeah, man, we need to fire Jimbo Fisher. How can you fire Jimbo Fisher for losing to Alabama? Alabama, and to this day, I know that that's a bad Alabama team, man, don't get me wrong. And if you was to tell me that we would have held Alabama to 23 rushing yards and still lose this game, I would have said you was a damn lie. But we lost. We did. Does that fall on coaching? It does. Does that fall on the players not execute? It does. Everybody is to blame. Everybody. The coach can't take everything. Everybody is to blame for this game. You can't blame the crowd. You can't. Kyle Field showed up. They showed up and they showed out. They brought everybody from out of their hiding hubs to be down there in College Station. And if I'm not mistaken, we had about 108,000 people there. We forced Alabama into 10-plus penalties and still lost this football game. That's a tough pill to swallow. But if you was to tell me that Alabama left out of this football game with a win and still not having question marks into how the way they team played, then you're a goddamn lie. You're a lie. That's what you guys need to realize. You're a lie. If you think A&M walked out of this football game not feeling some type of way, then you allow on that one either. I mean, you allow on that one as well. The people that are hurt right now, and Jimbo Fisher said it best, he's the head damn coach. He's seen those guys. His locker room is hurt. Walter Nolan leaving from off that field, he was hurt. And for me to see a lot of people trying to repost when Walter Nolan was crying and stuff like that, he's crying because of the passion. He's crying because of the all that he put in. He's not going to stop putting in his all. That defensive line that you seen that came out there on yesterday, that entire defensive line will go through the first 2 rounds in the NFL, and that will make history in Texas A&M football. That will be solidified. I told you guys when they got them on the recruiting, I say that's a first and second round defensive type of line. They're all gone after next year. I know that for a fact. McKinley Jackson, he's gone after this year. He may come back, but McKinley is gone. Shamar Turner, he's gone after this year. I know that for a fact. That is first and second round defensive line type of talent. We've never had that in College Station. The only guy that we had on the defensive line that went first round, it was never multiple. So if anybody comes in here and lies and say, yeah, man, we had multiple in the same year. No, we didn't. We never had multiple on the line at the same damn time. That's multiple. Myles Garrett was the only one that went by himself as a first round pick at number 1. Hell, we might have about 3 go 1, 2, 3. That's next level. All right? That's next level. I hate that we couldn't get it done. That ain't on Walter. However, they're going to come in that locker room. They're going to come out next game. They go to Tennessee. Walter is from Tennessee. They're going to go out and they're going to do their best to dominate because now they feel like the game lies on us. That's not, it's not right. But if they want to do that, fine. Let them be them. What that means is that this next game, that defensive line is going to do their best to create turnovers with an S. They're going to go out and they're going to be some dogs. And if they beat them, dog. This next game heavily relies on which defensive line is going to show up because we got a battle with Tennessee. All right, now let's turn the page. Let's talk about that offensive line. When you got 2 offensive linemen falling down at the same damn time, you're in trouble. I'm going to repeat that once again. And I've never done this on this podcast, but I'm going to call out my offensive line. Y'all asses got to step y'all ass up. That was horrible. Bryce Foster, that was horrible. Leighton Robinson, that was horrible. Neighbors, that was horrible. Chase Basantis, that was horrible. I'm y'all biggest supporter. That last game, that was horrible. You got to protect Max. I don't give a damn how long he takes to throw the ball. You got to protect him. We're the dogs. They were chasing us. And at some point, we lost the chase to where we turned around and we were chasing them. That's horrible. I don't like that. I'm gonna say this once again. 2 offensive linemen falling down at the same damn time, you're in deep trouble. Me, I wouldn't even much get out of that. You could have had Connor back there and he wouldn't have escaped that. That was horrible. Wake up already. Get to it. I'm not telling you nothing that Jimbo Fisher hasn't told you. Get up. Turn the page. We lost to Alabama, so be it. You don't see Alabama probably for another 4 years unless you make it to the ACC title game next year. Okay? We don't see them no more. It is what it is. They got the last straw, and they're going about their business. We don't see them. You wasn't able to get it. That's okay. We still support you. But I'm here to criticize you as well. Pick that shit up. I don't need to see that anymore. I don't need to see 2 offensive linemen falling at the same time. That's one of the biggest things that I have that's a problem. That's a real legit problem. Y'all got to pick that up, man. I don't like that BS. Max Johnson, I tagged you on this video, and that was for a reason. Max, I'm talking to you specifically, or Brad, or Jake Johnson, all of you guys that's listening. Max, Step it up. I'm going to say this once again. Step it up. You're the quarterback of this team. Believe in you. Believe in your wide receivers. Believe in your wide receivers. Max, understand this. And I don't know the answers. I'm not the head coach. I'm not going to act like it. But Max, notice here. Whenever we get a turnover, do your best to not turn the ball back over again. I've seen this in 2 straight games. That's a legit seeing from me, head coaches, Bobby Petrino, everybody. Don't let Bobby Petrino call the plays for you, because Bobby is a good goddamn offense coordinator. And anybody who's trying to S on Bobby Petrino, then you're lying. I'm going to tell you like this here. If Alabama had the chance to scoop him before Texas A&M got him, then he would have been at Alabama. And you're talking about Alabama walking into that game, playing Texas A&M with God knows who the offense coordinator would have been. They would have scalded us and they would have beat us by 30 with Jalen Milroe. I'm going to say this once again. They would have beat us by 30 with Jalen Milroe because of the simple fact that Bobby Petrino would have been the offense coordinator over there at Alabama. He would have cooked our asses. And I'm being dead honest with you, and I'm being for real with you. He would have cooked us, bro. So anybody who's trying to blame Bobby, shut up. Shut up. This is on everybody. Okay? This is on defense too. And I love how the way Bryce Anderson handled everything, and he came out and said, hey, them deep balls, that's on us. That's on us. We can't let that go like that. We can't let that go like that. That ain't right. You completing 20, 15, 20-yard passing plays on us. That's on us as a defensive back. He didn't say just one player. He said that's on us. Which means I should have been over there helping him. I saw him when he was falling. I should have been helping him. That's on us. But we cool. We good. Which, in other words, trust me, we gonna fix that. No, man, we gonna fix that. Whether that's replacing DeBerry or what, Bryce just said we gonna fix that, and he stepped off stage. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Bryce got an interception. Bryce wanted that. He been wanting that since last year, and he got him one. All right. Once again, guys, we only lost by 6. Why y'all trying to trash the whole season? A lot of y'all need to quit this BS. You need to quit it. And for the simple fact that y'all think, oh man, we're gonna get in for it now. It's ironic that did anybody forget that we went 5-7 last season? Did any of you all think about that? We went 5-7 freaking last season. When we went 5-7, we went 4-2. We were not 4-2 to start the season. We're 4-2 now to start the season. Guys, we ain't going 5-7. I can guarantee you that shit. We ain't going 5-7. We ain't going 7-5 neither. What Jimbo got to do, though, Jimbo has to win these games. An interesting thing I want to point out here. An interesting thing I want to point out. Guys were trying to talk about fire Jimbo Fisher. In Aggie Sports 365 on Twitter. That's the Twitter handle. I'm going to say that once again. Aggie Sports 365. He pointed this out. A lot of guys are talking about fire Jimbo Fisher is insane. Understand that if we fire Jimbo, all of these elite recruits that you've been seeing us get, as well as the ones that's there now, they all walking out the door with him. I'm going to say that once again. They all walking out the door with him. A lot of you guys responded with a nothing. I didn't see too many people respond with it. You know, oh, man, but Jimbo is mediocre. Did you not for once think that Jimbo is in the SEC West and where when we had Kevin Sumlin, he was in the SEC West? he had a magical run with Johnny. When Johnny came back that second year, don't get me wrong, Johnny's head was all frustrated. Was all frustrated. I said flustered. I wanted to say flustered, but frustrated. Johnny was frustrated with the outside noise. He had no time to really concentrate on any damn thing. He had no time. Johnny wasn't playing with a stat class, neither. All right? That was Johnny and Mike's last year. The defense wasn't good, none of that. Johnny still led that team to a 9-4 record. 9-4. I don't know why my baby girl is in there just crying so hard. I don't know if y'all can hear her or not, but she's just in there going crazy right now. I don't know what her problem is. Something must have happened to her. But Johnny didn't play with no stat classes. Okay? Also, tell me when the last time Kevin ever stacked classes on classes. And when he stacked those classes, what were they? Top 10, top 15, top 25. What? He had one top 5 class that I know of ever since he was the head coach at Texas A&M. Y'all not going to come on here and fool me like that. You not. Those 8 years that we went on a losing streak, in which 5 of those years were due to Kevin Sumlin himself, in at least 2 or 3 of those years, for one thing, this is one that won't never leave my mind. We lost to Alabama 59-0 in Tuscaloosa. Jimbo ain't lost 59-0. Jimbo lost that one 52-24, and I remember that COVID season. He lost that. Ever since after that 2020 season of him losing 52-24, Jimbo has came this close to beating Nick Saban each and every year. He beat him in 2021. For the last 2 years, he came inside of a touchdown of beating him, and then he came inside of a touchdown once again of beating him. All right. So what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? We're seeing Jimbo stack classes like the best of them. He ain't got the results like the best of them. I understand that part. But a lot of you guys at Texas A&M has forgotten that we're asking the coach to do what a coach that was well before him couldn't even much do, which is win a national title. At some point, y'all got to realize that shit is hard, because a national title isn't in the DNA of this program. Understand that. That's not in the DNA of this program, man. So it's going to take a little bit more time. I hate it. I promise you I do. I hate it. But you don't just come in and win a national title right off the rip. A lot of you guys want to talk about Kirby, but Kirby had to go through his failures. Did he go through it for 6 years? Hell no, he didn't. But Kirby is in the SEC East. That ain't the SEC West, man. It never was and never will be. That's not. Jimbo came into a side of a conference where it was already stacked before he got here. LSU was stacked. Alabama was stacked. Mississippi State, you shouldn't be getting those losses. That's the only thing I'm going to waver above that guy's head. I'm going to waver that shit above his head. You should not be losing to the Mississippi schools. I will say that. Arkansas beat us. They only done it under his tenure. But he's been a winner against Arkansas. Auburn. He's a winner against Auburn. Well, I'm sorry, he tied it. Auburn was stacked because of Gus. They were whooping our ass before he got here. Understand that. That's why I say I'm behind Jimbo. I'm behind Texas A&M. I'm behind the current players. And I'm behind the current commits. I'm not leaving. I'm not going nowhere. Those guys are doing their best to change it. You got to let them go and change it, man. All right? Once again, we ain't in the SEC East. I wish we were. I wish we were. You seen Missouri get it on the SEC East those 2 years when Georgia was down, Florida was down. Shit, Tennessee been down for a long time until Josh Heupel came. You know, South Carolina was down when Steve Spurrier left. No, man. They had their work cut out for them. We're the ones that chose to come to the West. Because we said we wanted to be the best of the best. That's us. Now we're having to own up to it. So we gonna own up. We got the coach to do it. A lot of y'all talking about Jeff Traylor. Tell me Jeff Traylor's record right now at UTSA. Because all I see is Jeff Traylor losing right now. He had that 2 good seasons, and a lot of y'all think that he could come to A&M and turn the whole damn program around and go win us a national title. Does Jeff Traylor have a national title by his name? Okay, then. Please talk to me in the comments. Does Jeff Traylor have a national title by his name? Can Jeff Traylor recruit like how Nick Saban and Kirby Smart and Ryan Day recruits? Can he recruit like Steve Sarkisian? Can he recruit like Britt Venables? Okay, then shut up. Shut up. Yeah, Jimbo mismanaged that game. I will say that. That's some bullshit. He should have managed it better. He should have managed it better. That was our game to win, but we didn't do the shit. A lot of y'all talking about what is it, Lincoln Riley or Mike Elko, Deion Sanders? Absolutely. Notice who you just said. Lincoln Riley took some Oklahoma teams that weren't about shit, turned them into something, recruited like something, got all offense, no fucking defense, was playing in a Big 12 and where he was the only team for a long time and made it. That ain't the SEC, man. And once he got to the playoffs, he had that one good season. He had that one good season against Georgia. He played them, lost in overtime. The 2 other seasons, he got blew out by Alabama, got blew out by LSU. And as of right now, he's at USC, and he ain't done a damn thing. He ain't done a damn thing over there. I haven't seen USC in no playoff game. I haven't seen USC's defense get better to when the last coach had his ass. Nothing. Lincoln Riley left because they told his ass, you going to the SEC. And guess what he said? I can't win over there. Why? Because I ain't got no defense. Let me go somewhere where I don't really have to have a defense. All I got to have is an offense, and I'll be just as good. And what is he doing right now? He's being just as good as the other fucking teams. I'm going to put my money on he don't beat Oregon. He ain't going to beat Washington. He'll beat Utah this year because Cam Rising ain't there. So what are we saying? Jimbo by far got the hardest damn job in the country. A lot of y'all trying to make it look like it's easy. He got all them recruits, and he can't win nothing. Alabama right now, the number 1 most talented team. I said it. We weren't going to see that same Alabama team that played Texas. I said that shit. They were going to be different by the time we met them. I knew this. I'm not dumb to that. I knew that Jalen Milroe was going to eventually improve on something. Will he light up the passing game for 300 yards the next following games? Probably not. But he don't need to. What's on his schedule that's going to make him do that? It's nobody else, man. Unless you, okay, whatever. They still have a schedule to go. What, Arkansas? Arkansas? Is that who you're going to say? Jalen Milroe, man, look, Jalen Milroe can run all over Arkansas. Once again, it's not a team that's going to hold Alabama to 23 rushing yards. I commend Jimbo Fisher and company for at least holding Alabama to 23 rushing yards. That has never been done under Nick Saban. He ain't never had 23 rushing yards in a game to end it and still won. This is his hardest fought victory to this day, and he's going to appreciate that. Will that boost his team going forward? I'm pretty sure it will. Will that fix the issues going forward? No, because A&M still has 6 sacks in the football game. It doesn't matter how you look at it. They still had 6 sacks. Okay? So, man, look, it is what it is. I'm going to support Jimbo. Y'all don't have to support me. Hell, you ain't much got to look at the podcast, to be honest with you. You can unsubscribe, go about your business, and etc. I'm going to keep it real. Yeah, Jimbo fucked up yesterday. He fucked up. I'm keeping it real with you. I'm coming at you with some vulgar language, and my wife does not like hearing me say that word, and I'm pretty sure she heard me in it. But Jimbo fucked up. He didn't get that one. I hate that he didn't get that one. Evan Stewart came out on social media, on Twitter, and said, man, I know what that means. Like, man, ... We should have won that damn game. Cam Dewberry came out on social media. Y'all think y'all got all of the y'all think y'all got all the facts, and y'all think y'all know it all. He wasn't lying. He wasn't lying. Walter Nolan, when I seen that video of him crying, but on it, I seen him crying in his defense, and to come to his defense was Cam Dewberry, but also the Alabama team. The Alabama defensive line went up to the Texas A&M defensive line and consoled him and said, bro, it's all good. That's respect. Because they know that shit was the game that they expected to play. Somebody had to lose, man. Damn, somebody had to lose. Yeah, we hate it when we on the losing side. I do. I hate that shit. But somebody had to lose for these kids to go up to each other, especially Jaheim Otis, in which was a guy that was in that 2022 recruiting class as well, in which Alabama got number 2. Those guys met each other on the field again. He went up to Walt. I respect that so much. Man, I got so much respect for Jaheim Otis and the rest of that Alabama defense right now. It's crazy to me. But I'm going to be rooting for the Alabama defense. That's crazy to me. I like that level of respect because they're looking at each other as a mirror image. That was a mirror image of teams. The last time I said that was a mirror image of teams was when Alabama went up against LSU in Tuscaloosa in 2019. That was a mirror image. That was them looking at themselves on opposite sides. That game yesterday, that was a mirror image of elite talent looking at themselves on opposite sides. That's the games that I want to see. I don't want to see Texas A&M be below the rank. Oh, they got the 6th best class. Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm not even much going to say that. Oh, they got the 11th, 12th best, 23rd best class. They're not looking at a mirror image of themselves. That was when 2 teams made each other show up. If you're going to play, then play. What I'm hoping for going into the next, in which we go up against Tennessee, you dominate them. You dominate them. You know, ifs, ands, and buts about it, man. You dominate them. All right. And Proctor, thank you. Caden Proctor, which came in the 2023 class, he went up to him as well. Caden Proctor went up to him for Alabama and said, Walt, it's all right, baby. Hey, you got me on a couple of plays, Walt. You got me on a couple of plays, and I respect that. Jaheim Otis is going in the 1st or 2nd round for Alabama defensive line. Dallas Turner is going in the 1st or 2nd round on the Alabama defensive line. Caden Proctor is going in the 1st or 2nd round on the Alabama offensive line. The defensive line for Texas A&M, Walter Nolan is damn sure going in the first round. Shamar Stewart, he's going to go in the first or second round. Shamar Turner, he's going to go in the first round, probably late, but he'll go. McKinley Jackson, he's going to go at the top of the second. I know this. These guys are NFL stars in the making. They respect each other. The fan base, y'all just need to chill some damn times. Y'all need to chill. Y'all need to chill. This team still got everything in front of them. Now we go up to Tennessee. What you guys want me to say? It has to be a loser and out. I'm hoping Tennessee lose. I am. But at the end of that game, their fan base is going to say the same exact damn thing I'm saying. The season ain't over. Why are we acting like the season over? All of those, and I'm with you, Nick Saban Jr., all those guys that we see, all those guys that we seen, all of them going to go to the NFL. They're gone. The 2025 draft is going to be the most prolific NFL draft defensively. And it's going to come from two teams because they recruited. No, I'm sorry. It's going to come from three teams. Alabama, Texas A&M, Georgia. The fourth team I'm going to add in that is Texas. That is going to be one of the more prolific drafts, period. It's going to come to those four teams. They're going to have the most defensive players drafted. I'm going to add Oklahoma on this too. Shout out Oklahoma. They done their thing. All right, but guys, that's it. That's it. You know, yep, we are 3.5 points over Tennessee. I think Tennessee is a 3-point favorite. The last time I looked at it, Tennessee was a 3-point favorite. All right, so guys, I love all of you. Thank you for tuning in to the show. You know, much love to all of you guys. Make sure you come back on Tuesday. #gig.